Charlene, hi.
Hi, Gabor. Good morning here in the Philippines. And by the way, thank you very much. You've been a blessing. I truly resonate with your words in YouTube.
Thank you.
I had a breakdown and a breakthrough. Okay, so
Okay.
breakdown is I truly resonate with your words that you mentioned that you are not abandoned anymore. Nobody's gonna reject you now because you're old enough to
Yeah.
take care of yourself. So that really touched me because I always felt abandoned by my parents. And I also had a question, Gabor, but that actually gave me some assurance to myself that you're not alone, even if nobody's with you. So you can still take care of yourself. So I just have a question, Gabor, because like Betsy, I resonate with her story. So I was also abused by my father at the age of 6 up to 14. So I thought I've already forgiven him. And I went to therapy as well, EMDR therapy. So I thought I was over it, but rage, everything, it came up. So right now, my question is how to start really forgiving that person.
Yeah. Thank you. Do you want to forget?
Yes, with all my heart. I don't want to take it on my grave.
Okay. So there's two ways to forgive. One of them is helpful, but not enough. And that's intellectually, which is to realize that your father, if he did that, he was acting on his own trauma. Something happened to him in his own childhood that made him powerless and maybe sexually obsessed. And he then used you like an object for his own pleasure. But he wasn't doing it. This is funny to say, I know, but he wasn't doing it because he didn't love you as his daughter. I mean, I don't know if he did or not, but the two are not contradictory, but because he was driven to do it. In other words, he didn't really know what he was doing. I mean, he knew on some level. I'm not trying to excuse it or make it okay. I'm just saying that he was driven by some unconscious forces. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do understand that, sir. I'm also actually a therapist, so
Yes.
I'm seeking women
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are.
yeah. So what I said was that this is on the intellectual level of understanding, but it's not enough. Okay, so knowing that it's helpful, but it's not enough.
Yes.
Um, Now, there is a part of you that's still that hurt child, full of rage. Now, at that time, you couldn't express that rage. By the way, it's not just your father, it's also your mother, I hate to tell you. Because how come she didn't notice? Or
Um,
if she did notice, how come she didn't do anything about it?
well, they were separated by my father, so I was with my stepmother.
Okay, did you ever see your actual mother?
Yes, but she also rejected me. So
Yeah.
when my father,
So,
when I chose my father.
all I'm saying is that as a child, you were abandoned by both parents. That's a child, it doesn't matter what the reasons were. Okay. So it's not just the abuse by your father, it's also that you were so alone with it. Okay. So that child in you is still full of rage. Now, when you force yourself to forgive, what you're doing is you're ignoring the cries of that child that's still inside you. So if you want to move towards forgiveness, listen to that child first and take care of her and tell her, I really get your rage. Nothing wrong with your rage. I totally understand. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So that's the second point. Don't force yourself to forgive, is what I'm saying. Okay? Forgiveness is not a thing that you choose to do. It's a process. Now here's the thing. How are you doing in life?
Again, sorry, sir.
How are you doing in life?
So far, much more peaceful.
Yes.
But there's still a lot of things that I needed answers.
Okay,
So
I got it. But I'm just asking, compared to 10 years ago, how are you doing in life?
so much better.
Okay,
So much better.
okay, very good. So there's healing that's happening. Now, there's a part of you that's never been hurt, that's never been destroyed, which is the true, real self that you lost contact with as a child. When you realize that you're that person, that true, real self, that could never have been damaged, that could never have been, you lost contact with it, then you realize that you weren't, this is funny to say this, but you realize that the true part of you was not actually hurt because it's still here and it's what's guiding your healing. And when you get that, that part was never hurt, then there's nothing to forgive.
But I still feel the heaviness.
Yes, and so what I'm saying is let that be there. Don't force it. That heaviness is the burden that the child had to carry. Be kind to that heaviness. You hold that heaviness. Hold that rage. And let the forgiveness take care of itself.
Thank you.
It'll come when you're ready. Okay?
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.